Welcome to Sociology Visualized. Is science really objective, or is it shaped by society, power, and human thinking? Today, we are going to explore philosophy of science, one of the most important foundations for understanding sociology as a discipline. Understanding philosophy of science. Philosophy of science is concerned with the nature, logic, and limits of scientific knowledge. It asks fundamental questions. What counts as science, how knowledge is produced, and whether science can ever be truly neutral. In sociology, this becomes crucial because we are not studying nature, we are studying human beings, meanings, and social realities. Positivism, science as observation. The earliest and most influential idea comes from Auguste Comte. Comte argued that knowledge should be based on observation and empirical facts. According to him, science must be objective, measurable, and free from metaphysics. He even described sociology as social physics, suggesting that society can be studied using the same scientific laws as natural sciences. But this approach has limitations. It often ignores subjective meanings, emotions, and human interpretations. Logical positivism, verification of truth. Later, the Vienna Circle developed logical positivism. Their central idea was the verification principle: only those statements that can be empirically verified are meaningful. This creates a clear boundary between science and non-science. Scientific statements can be tested, while metaphysical or religious statements fall outside science. However, this approach is too rigid. Many scientific theories cannot be directly verified, yet they are still valuable. Karl Popper, falsification as science. Karl Popper challenged this entire approach. He argued that science is not about proving things right, but about proving them wrong. This is the idea of falsification. A theory is scientific only if it can be tested and potentially rejected. Science progresses through constant questioning, criticism, and testing, not through blind acceptance. This idea is extremely important for sociology, as it promotes critical thinking rather than rigid belief in theories. Thomas Kuhn, Paradigm and Scientific Revolutions. Thomas Kuhn brought a more historical and sociological perspective to science. He introduced the concept of paradigms, shared frameworks that guide scientific research. Most of the time, scientists work within these paradigms. But when too many problems arise, a crisis occurs, leading to a paradigm shift. Science, therefore, does not grow gradually, it changes through revolutions. This shows that science is influenced by communities, traditions, and historical contexts. Feyerabend, against scientific rules. Paul Feyerabend took a radical stance. He argued that there is no fixed scientific method. His famous idea, anything goes, suggests that science should not be restricted by rigid rules. According to him, science is just one form of knowledge among many. This challenges the superiority of science and opens space for alternative ways of knowing. Science and society, a sociological view. From a sociological perspective, science itself becomes a social institution. Robert K. Merton identified norms of science such as universalism, disinterestedness, and organized skepticism. But later thinkers argued that science is socially constructed. It is shaped by funding, power structures, cultural values, and institutional interests. This means science is not completely neutral, it reflects the society in which it exists. Objectivity and its limits. Traditionally, science is seen as objective and value-free. But sociology shows that knowledge is influenced by the researcher's position, ideology, and social context. Feminist scholars, for example, argue that science has historically been male-dominated and biased. This challenges the idea of absolute objectivity. Conclusion: rethinking science. Philosophy of science teaches us that science is not just a collection of facts. It is a dynamic process shaped by observation, criticism, social context, and power relations. For sociology, this understanding is essential because studying society also means questioning how knowledge itself is produced. If you found this lecture helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more deep and visual sociology content. Thank you for watching.